Well, hello. I am setting up and almost ready to go live. So howdy, howdy, howdy. Just putting on my 1 hour timer. Hi, Tiffany. Your Facebook was hacked? Oh, that's a drag. How did someone hack your Facebook? Hi, Lauren. I guess it's such a drag. Nothing is secure anymore on the internet, unfortunately, but that's all right. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. It's our. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, here we are. It's me, Kismet, Visionary Artist Path. And I am here with you for our weekly Sunday Smash Book Club session. All right, so we're in February, and February we are shifting to love, the whole concept of love. And so for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be looking at different aspects of love, because February is our time of Valentine's Day, and we equate it with love. So I'll explain why I have one page painted in just a moment. So I would like to invite you to go to your grounding page and just take a moment to breathe. Just take a moment to breathe. And as you breathe in, really feel yourself becoming secure in your body temple. Breathe in and imagine, sense, visualize, or perceive that your body is that strong trunk of a tree. And breathe and exhale, and every exhale, your roots sink into Mama Earth, grounding you. And feel her powerful, healing, supportive, nurturing vibration rising up your roots into the trunk. And your branches spread up far and wide, and they reach up into the cosmos, where you connect with the starlight. And that starlight shines down through your branches into your trunk. And with your next breath, breathe up the earth energy and breathe down the heavenly energy and bring it into your sacred center, in your trunk, in your body temple, wherever that may be, and feel them merge. And as they merge, your own energy joins, and suddenly there's a trinity of energies, and you bring them together. You bring them together into you as you ground, as you center, as you feel the balance. And just rest here for a moment. Now I'm going to invite you to actually close your eyes. Close your eyes and rest all your attention in either your sacred center within your body temple or your heart chakra, if it's not your heart chakra. And open right now to love, to the highest vibration of love, which is unconditional love. love that creates, love that is the life force energy of our planet and all sentient beings on our planet. And just breathe into that connection, that love, that vibration, that high, high, high vibration of love. It transcends our awareness and true understanding of it because it's so high. It's so intensified. It's so beyond human emotion and mind. It's soulful, spiritual love. Just breathe that in. Breathe that into your sacred center. Breathe that into your heart chakra. And allow love to be a little mantra right now. Love, 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 love. And every breath, that love is filling you up. Love, 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 love. And feel how it expands and out into your energy field. Love, 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 love. And it goes out beyond into your entire room. And there is this incredible vibration of love right now. Around you, around me, around us all. And when you feel ready, open your eyes as we come to our Cosmic Smash Book, where we are going to explore love. Now, you know, it's very traditional in Cosmic Smash Book to scribble an intention and then to ask to be shown and directed and guided. But I'm not going to have us do that today. Every now and then you notice I don't have us do that because we are in that love vibration and it's a very intensified, focused intention that we're all holding for one another. And there's no special requests at this time. Love is love is love is love. It is a state of being. And that's what I'm inviting you to be, in the state of love, in the state of love. And you're welcome to follow along with me. You're welcome, of course, to do your own thing, right? That's the beauty of smash booking. But let me share what this is going to be all about. We are starting right here at home with self. We are starting with love, love of self, loving who we are, being in love right here, right now, with our soul, with our spirit, with our life. Now, in the Facebook group, you might not be aware of it, but maybe some of you are. I posted a document filled with all kinds of beautiful self-love quotes. And I put those in there for a reason. And so that as we move into a different aspect of today's page, you have those as a reference point. And we'll get to those and I'll share. So what I'm going to do is I want self-love for myself, this is for me, it may not be for you, to be soft and gentle. Okay, soft and gentle. And I'm going to work with pastels, water-soluble Caran d'Ache pastels, okay, and water. But I wanted to lay a foundation of acrylic. Now, I'm going to just show you, I have some colors out here, acrylic paints. I have a Titan green, which is a very pale, soft, vintage-looking green. And I have a green gold, which is a vert, all right? And I'm going to actually paint this onto this page right now and set it off to dry. So if you're feeling like you want to join this dance and this journey and create what I'm creating, then that's something that you'll want to do. You'll want to get a soft green, a lively green, and one side just give it a coating like I did over here. because that's where I'm going to work first, and I wanted it to be dry. I didn't want to have to air dry it or blow dry it. And one side, the lively green. And just feel that green. Green is the color of the heart chakra, right? So that's a foundation. And it can be any 2 shades of green that you have, that you want. I would advise it to be acrylic though, because this is a foundation, and we're gonna work with other layers on top of it. And it doesn't need to be a real thick layer, just a coloring, just a coloring. And once you have it there, then you can just set it aside to dry. Now I didn't, I'm going to keep going while you're painting and talk to you about what I'm doing. I did not tell you, I did not put these supplies in the Facebook group. So I apologize. I woke up with this. I woke up with that we're supposed to do this today too. I have index cards. Maybe you have some index cards laying around. If you don't, then you'll just take a piece of watercolor paper or mixed media paper. And, this is my 8x10. So you can see that you can get several. So you would just fold it in half and fold it again, and then gently rip them apart. If you're going to go along with this mystery. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put 4 out. Okay. And I'm going to paint these right now and set them off to dry, and we will come back to them in a minute. Oh, what is she doing? Oh, you will see. And it's something that's really sweet. I think you're really going to love this, but I'm only using 4 because if you're going to use a sheet of paper and fold them, then you're going to have 4 to start off with. So I'm taking my little brayer. If you have a brayer, that's awesome. If you don't have a brayer, it is absolutely okay. Look, at any time when I'm going in all different directions, I'm getting too far ahead of you, all you have to do is post stop, and then I'll give a minute or 2 of ketchup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by adding a drop of Vert. I'm going to you only need, on something this small, you really only need, that's way too much, but I'm going to show you why it's way too much. Let me grab that extra one. I'll use it as to clean this with. So you're just going to roll it, right? You're just rolling this. And I can see I have another one right there. And we're making a marble. We're making these marble. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to clean these. Okay, and then I'm going to take just some really sweet pink. This is a light pink, so it's a rose pink. And I'm just going to put a little dab on it. Again, you don't need much because this pink can be really overpowering. In fact, I probably have too much pink. But I'm going to do the same thing. To me, these are gentle colors of love. I think of more vintage colors when I think of self-love, because it's the oldest love that we've had. It's been with us since birth, right? And so for me, self-love, and when I begin to open up and work with self-love, it's very, very gentle. It's very, very soft. In fact, I don't have to think about it too much. And then I'm going to bring in this light pale green, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give a couple of dots here and there. You can see I'm not doing much. And I'm going to bring those in. And I'm just doing it so that I don't have a lot of white space. And I'm not worrying about the other side because my index cards on one side has lines and on the other side it has the solid. Okay. So that's all I'm going to paint. Right, and I'm going to set these off and get them out of the way and let them dry while we go on to make our page. And part of it is, what does self-love mean to you? You know, when you love yourself, do you have weird emotions coming up? And what I mean by, do you feel like loving yourself is egotistical or somehow wrong? Or do you recognize that self-love is invaluable? And in fact, if you aren't able to love yourself, nobody else can love you. Did you know that? People who have so much trouble with love, sometimes it's because they haven't fully learned how to love themselves. This is still a little wet, but I'm not worried about that side right now. I'm going to come to my pale side. For me, and I'm going to work with my water-soluble crayons. I have a bowl of water here, and I have just a old round brush. And what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you one, and then continue making it. I'm making a background. And what I'm making a background is of roses, because to me, roses really do represent love. And you can see I'm being I'm not being really worried about how these shapes are coming out. Now, this is just a technique of making an abstract, vintage looking flower. And when you start to do it, you also want to bring some of that color out around it. And then I'm going to bring in some of my pink. And see, I don't care that it gets in the water at all. And I don't want to overwater things. And I'm not worried about how it's looking when I first create. When I first create the rose, because I'm going to come back over these after they dry a little. This is just a foundation. It's like the airbrushing behind the design. But what I'm thinking of is unconditional love for myself. Unconditional love for myself means I accept myself as I am. I accept who I am. I accept what I am. I accept all aspects of my life. And I embrace it. I embrace it into my sacred center, into my heart chakra. And I'm going to continue to make some little roses in different places on the page. And I always start with the dark center. Maybe I'm going to have a couple of buds. I don't know, like that's a bud. And I want them to be all shapes, all sizes. Okay. Then I'm going to start like that. I'm going to apply the same thing with the water. And I'm just focused on love of myself, self-love, loving myself the way I've never been loved, loving myself the way I want to be loved, loving myself completely, gently, knowing that I deserve and I am loved because in my sacred center in my heart chakra, I have become that love. I stand, my being stands in that love. Too many times when we create things, we focus on too many elements when we're making. And one of the laws of manifestation in our life is to stay mono-focused on one intention at a time. Did you know that? That's why there's so much failure at manifestation. Because a person goes, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. And it's good to get that kind of stuff out on the page and out of us. But I want you to really feel the love for yourself. Feel your self-love. Be your self-love. And I'm being like a broken record. I know, I hear you. It's like, okay, because I got it, self-love. But nope, self-love. Love and accepting yourself. I love and accept myself for who I am. I love and accept my life. I love myself the way I want and need to be loved. And in fact, my greatest love right now is my love for self. It's a good feeling, and don't focus off on other things. Stay focused. Don't wander away. Stay focused. Stay focused right here with me. Because you're focused on self-love, I'm focused on self-love. We're all focused on self-love, and that means that we're providing the support, the energy support for one another to be focused on self-love. As I create soft, gentle bouquet of red and pink roses that are representing my self-love, every stroke is love I give to myself. I'm going to give my center some orange. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some vines, some stems. I'll bring those stems down. I might add some more flowers, but I'm going to get some leaves on here too. I'm going to bring in this yellow into some of my leaves. This is my flower garden of self-love, right? My flower garden of self-love. A garden I would need to nurture. every blossom in my garden is so wonderful. It's so healing. So healing. I have some flowers that are off the page, so I'm going to bring them because they need to be here. Because my flower garden, my garden of self-love is not limited to this page. It keeps going on. It goes off the page. I want to represent that it's big. It's a big garden. This is just a photo capture of it. And your garden, if you're making a garden, might be really vibrant. It might not even be roses at all. And you know what? That's okay if it isn't. The most important thing is that you're focusing on your self-love. Yeah. So I feel like I've got a good amount. I'll come back over some of these after it dries up a bit. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this aside for a second. I'm going to put this off to the side. And I invited you to bring in a sheet of watercolor paper, right? Or mixed media. And in this garden of love, of unconditional self-love, in this garden of soft, compassionate, unconditional love for myself, I'm going to bring in a rose that is representative of me. I am the biggest rose in this garden. I'm going to bring this rose in my state of being right now, who I am right now, my life as it is right now, the beauty and the uniqueness, because every flower is a little different, you know, just like our snowflakes. Remember our ice crystals? And I'm going to bring that element of myself in as the largest rose in the garden. It's going to be the rose that's up front and center. It's not behind or in the back bar. You know, it's right there in the front. I'm going to bring it in. Bring my beautiful rose in. My rose love, my state of being, of self-love. I'm going to give it its orange center, a beautiful orange center. gonna put a couple of leaves. I'm not gonna put a stem on this because I'm up front and you can see some of my leaves. You can see some of my leaves coming out, right? We know this leaf. We've made this leaf before. This is our beautiful personal embellishment. And I'm going to let this dry for a moment. I'll let this dry for a moment because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out, but I want to make sure my page is dry. Bringing my book back. This is really nice and dry. Now, I'm going to hit this real quick with a blow dryer, so close your ears. I'm going to cut it out. Now you can get it wet. As it's wet, you can tear it if you want. I'm just going to go ahead for quick and easy to show you. I want you to pay attention, though, to any feelings of, well, I can't love myself. I really want you to pay attention if some of those thoughts are coming up. If you're embarrassed to have self-love, I want you to recognize if those are coming up for you. Those are important. Now, if we were going to be, that would be front and center, right? But I'm going to glue it right here. I'm going to glue it on this page because I am springing out and I want to solo focus on my love. So I'm going to put it down, but I'm not going to glue the whole thing down. I'm just going to put glue around the bottom of it, and I'm going to leave the top where the leaves are. I'm not going to glue that down. Then I'm going to just go like this and glue that down. Now, originally I was going to have us write all these blessings of self-love here, but when I woke up this morning, I heard, and I made one, that we are making tags of self-love. So let me show you how I did that. And as you can guess, they're going to get stuck into our flower here. Maybe you only want to make one. That's totally your call. But let me grab my dry. Let me grab some dry ones here. Okay, so I have 4 dry ones. They're nice and dry. Okay, And what I'm going to do, because I want these to be strong, see, that's the inner side. I'm going to glue 2 together. That's why I had you paint an even number. Now, the other thing I'm going to invite you is, because it's Valentine's Day, you can think of these as Valentines of self-love. And I'm going to even extend an invitation. If you would like to receive a self-love Valentine from me, you have to be willing to provide me with your mailing address. And you can post that to me privately in our Facebook group, and I will mail you out your Valentines of self-love that you can also add to your book. Now, the whole object of this is that when we are down on ourselves, when we're really coming down on ourselves, then we come to this Smashbook page and we pull out. Oh, I love it. And I'm going to get some washi tape here. I'll get some washi tape because you can see what I did. I'm only going to do one, but you can see what I did. I took washi tape and I'm going to get these out. Now, if you don't want to make these, what I was saying is, then what I was going to have you do is take a marker and write quotes and statements of self-love all around your flower, in which case you wouldn't have to glue it open. You could write them on your stems, on your leaves. You could write them all. This would become a page of self-love, and that's those quotes I sent you today. You can use those. You can pull the quotes off of those and use those as wonderful wonderful examples of self-love quotes, plus your own. So let me just finish one of these, though. Let me get my scissors. Where are my scissors? And I'm just gonna, you've all made tags, so this isn't anything new. This isn't anything new. It really honestly isn't. Let's see. That one. But you're holding self-love. All of this is, I'm making a message of self-love to myself. This is all about, you can see, if you can see, I'm only putting half of the washi on the front, because then when I'm all done, I'll pull it off and then I'll flip the washi tape to the back side and secure the 2 cards together in a pretty way. And it also makes a little border. Okay, so there. So on this side, all I did on this one, you can see, is I painted a rose, which I'm going to do again with my crayons. I'll just do it a little differently. I painted it down here. Okay. And don't forget to put your orange in there. And you take your little brush. And the trick about using water-soluble pastels on top of acrylic is that you put a layer down and then you have to kind of let it dry. And then you come back in once it's dry and you refortify it with your crayons again. Okay, but there's my rose. And then I'm going to put my little orange in the middle, which I think I did. Then I'm going to give it, I'll give it a leaf. dab that because I got too much water. You don't want to get too much water when you first put down your crayons on top of acrylic. Just enough water to be able to spread it, you know. And then I'll come back over that. Okay, and then I have a stamp. I'm using my stamps. This one says, all you need is love, so I'm going to use that stamp. And I'll use my black one. All you need is love. And then, let's see, I'll give, I could do another flower, but I don't. See, look at, there's a stamp that's that flower. But I'll give, I did that heart, but maybe I'll do that heart again because that's such a sweet heart. And I'll just get it. And I'm going to put it like that because the hole will go in the middle, right in the middle of these little hearts. Okay, then let me get this out of the way. You're going to just pick it up. Flip it over. You're resecuring the border. Uh-oh, that might have still been wet. I might have just smeared things. Not too bad. A little down there, but not too bad. Okay, then I got my hole punch, right? I got my hole punch. I'm gonna put my hole punch right in there. And then I'm using Sari ribbon all green because, again, heart chakra, and it's very vintage and soft looking, and this is all about soft love, or soft self-love. It's the oldest love you've actually had, because as a child, you loved yourself unconditionally. You didn't even think about it. You certainly didn't hate yourself, and you certainly didn't judge yourself, and you certainly didn't rip yourself apart. We didn't do that until we started learning about judgment. Okay, now, no, I'm not going to scan these. If you want one, hun, you can give me your mailing address, and I'll mail you one that I make. Okay, so then what I did was, on this one, I took a quote that is on that document, that file I uploaded into the Facebook group. Where there is love, there is life. And that's from Gandhi. And that is a self-love. And the reason why it's a self-love is because when I read it, I remember to myself, yeah, love is life. I am life. That means I am love, okay? So on this one, I'm just going to take a micro pen. And I don't remember who it is. I'm going to have to put it there. But they said, one of the quotes says, put yourself at the top of your priority list. And how important is that? Make yourself. No, the quote. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me finish this, and then yeah, make sure you give me that. Okay, put yourself at the top of your priority list, right? So right now I have 2 that I've created. They're pretty dry. And then, however many I make, they'll go into me. They'll go into my heart, my flower in the garden. And maybe I will still journal about some of the quotes around my flower in petals, you know. But when I need a little self-love, then I would just pull one out and look at it. Remember at the very beginning of the Smash Book Club, we made a page that had in it self-blessings, right? Friendship, quiet, physical activity, health, creativity. These were blessings on ourself, right? Or they were blessings for, if you're working with a group, you could pull them as a blessing for everybody. It was a way of us saying thank you, for being you, and we made a pocket for it. Well, this is a little different. And then, of course, we have our Monster Mama permission slips to be a monster, to have a monster day. I love making tickets like this. And now we've come to self-love. And we've made Valentines for ourselves. Valentines of self-love for ourselves. Okay? And those quotes I sent you certainly will provide you with a lot to choose from. But I'll tell you what I did to make it. All I did was I went on to Google and I went self-love. I just Googled. You're going to get the same because I tried different ways of wording it. And they pretty much all come up over and over again. And they're wonderful. So I just pulled my favorites. So that's all. You just got my favorites. And that was just a little extra. But it was certainly a simple enough project or, process to do. So see how I'm just going over with my this is dry now. I'm just going back over with my colors and bringing them back in so that there's a real vibrancy there. And you can choose to get them wet again or not. It's really up to you. But it just brings them back in. And the same thing with our roses. Okay, so that's pretty much our self-love, our oldest love page for this week. Now, one of the things, because our next time we meet is on the 15th, which is the day after Valentine's Day, so don't worry about that. Because what we're doing is still going to be very, very important. But what I'm also going to be posting to Facebook, and I know, Tiffany, I know your situation. You can always make a new Facebook page too. But I have these really cute little love coupons. And I was going to give the idea of you could use this tag technique. Right? You can use this tag technique to make your loved one. And then from the love coupons that I am going to be posting to the Facebook group, you could print out one of them or make a tag and on the back instead of the self-love to write out one of the coupons. And then this is your Valentine's Day card that you give to whomever, your husband, your lover, your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your best friend, your children, your aunt, your uncle, your mom, your dad, whatever. And you'll see it's a page of different coupons. And this really, you saw how fast, how quick and easy it was. But make sure before you do any for anybody else, and please hear me, before you do any Valentine's Day cards for anybody else, at least create 3 self-love cards for yourself and put them in here. Finish this spread before you start giving your love to anybody else, because if you can't give love to yourself, I'm here to tell you, you're really not giving love to anybody else. It's just a pantomime that you're doing with them and to them. So that's why this one I said, put yourself at the top of your priority list. Put yourself at the top of your priority list. Put yourself at the top of your priority list. All right, my friends. Self-love for Valentine's Day, because it is accepted and energized as the day of love. It has a strong vibrational love, even though it's a commercially created holiday. That's beside the point this late in the game. It has been given so much intention about love, so much in vibration, so much energy for love. We get to use it. We get to use it, and use it first and foremost for yourself. So that means on Valentine's Day, in preparation for Valentine's Day, make yourself a Valentine's Day card using one of those love coupons too, and give it to yourself on Valentine's Day. Okay? So, again, if you want to get the get a love card, a love tag from me, a self-love tag from me, you're very welcome to. Just, you have to send me your address. Even if you think I have it, please send it to me again, because I often delete things because I get too much stuff and it's too hard to track things down, especially if you were in a different activity or environment with me. Tiffany, I want you to know I heard everything, so just pop me an email. Pop me an email, and then I'll pop you back. Pop me an email with your address on it, and then I can pop you back a copy of the love coupons that I'm going to be posting into the Facebook group, and also the self-love quotes that I posted last night or this morning. I don't remember which, but they're in there for everyone. Any questions before I say goodbye for today? Any questions? Questions. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. Love you, kid. Oh, I read, love you, Kisma. I love you, Kisma. I love you, Lauren. Oh, I love that. See, you have to write to yourself on one of these too. Love you and your name, so that when you read it, you're saying that to yourself. Right? That's a great quote. That's a great self-love quote too. So don't forget that. Put your name. Don't just put I love you. Put your name so that when you read it. All right. Listen, thank you so much for tuning in. And those of you who are watching, thank you for being here too. And thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Lauren, for interacting with me. I hold you in my heart. I hold all 7 of you in my heart. And have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. And I will see you soon. Bye for now.